Yeah, we're all dying. I'm just going to put that out there. There's over 300 Trevor Henderson creatures. You think we're going to survive that? From godlike beings being the size of a dino nugget to entities being as tall as however that size is, it's safe to say that, yeah, we're kind of cooked. For every solution you come up with, there's probably a monster currently that will counter-strike it. I'm not trying to make a funny Counter-Strike reference. I just did not know what word to put here because, yeah. Now, the normal person in this situation who is oblivious onto what even a Trevor Henderson creature is, they might do your regular barricade the doors and all that junk. Well, those people have the survival instincts of Billy. Like, bro, we're not an analog horror series. We are talking about Trevor Henderson here. But I do admire them trying their best, though oblivious, onto the situation. But what about a nerd? The person with intellectual superiority over those in a certain subject. Whether it be school, whether it be like video games or collectibles, or even music. Yeah, there's always a know-it-all in every subject, including Trevor Henderson. Now, I consider myself a nerd within the Trevor Henderson community. I've been following it since basically I was young and ever since its creation. But I know there's at least a dozen fans out there who are stans. A stan is an overzealous or obsessive fan over a particular celebrity. Take example, Eminem. He has some stans. That's because he created the term. Anyways, with these Trevor Henderson stans having way more knowledge of Trevor Henderson's anomalies, they probably know a lot more on what to do, meaning they might survive a little bit longer, or will they? Well, you can watch this video to find out. I'm sorry for that cliche, but I just wanted to say. I'm going to be going over a few scenarios, and I'm also going to be comparing the nerd to what like a regular citizen would do in a situation like this, so, yep. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of this, and I might even talk about Dr. Nowhere at one point, or just any other analog horror or videos in general. So imagine this. A cloudy Wednesday afternoon where the nerd is just chilling at school. It's around noon, so he still has quite a bit of time before he gets out, or does it? The principal of the school suddenly walks to him as he starts to speak. So we decided to cancel school today due to some suspicious activity going on. I mean, the weather did look pretty bad at that time, so that's probably one of the cases, the nerd thinks. He walks past his neighborhood, and he goes directly into his house, kinda excited that school's out. Then he enters. Now, at this time, he's not really suspicious when it comes to Trevor Henderson monsters coming alive, because that's basically impossible. But at this current time, he mostly just thinks that it's just bad weather. He decides to chill and turn on his TV. After he gets done watching maybe half an hour worth of regular show, which is the best TV show ever made, he decides to turn on the news.
Warning, many species have emerged and have messed with ecosystems and caused many casualties in the course of the minutes this has transpired. Currently looks like there is no end to this, but government officials and authorities are looking into a cause and a solution. It is now every man for themselves. This is not a drill.
I suck at doing analog horror, by the way. It'll be better the next time it shows up, which I don't know when it will. The first thing he saw was not the really terrible CapCut editing or the fonts that I used for it. It's that he saw the picture that was used in the background. That's day 17. This might sound psychotic, but he does not know whether to feel sad, scared, or kind of happy. After this, for some reason, he decides to hop in his car so he can go to the store to grab some resources. It's not currently the most dangerous, but it's still pretty darn dangerous. It does take him quite a bit to get to the big city since he lives far away, but this is probably for the best for now. He walks into an unsurprisingly big crowd trying to find as much groceries as they can. So he decides to get barely anything, but something that might last him maybe at least a week. So he grabs quite a bit of cans, some cereal, and some sauces. And this is basically all he needs because he's going to find more supplies, right? He drives back towards his house as he focuses on what other stuff to eat. He got more produce-related stuff and agricultural foods, so that should probably fill him up for quite a bit. He's in his kitchen as he decides not to put his produce and groceries in his pantry because Little Nugget might get to him. Because, well, he does not want him to become the lamb. We'll focus on that later. So he just decides to put it in his microwave. I mean, it's too high for Little Nugget to get to, so there's that. He also did your stereotypical window boarding and barricading the doors and all of that, but he decides to add the attic and the basement and decides to barricade that instead of hiding in there. Since he felt like his house is way too obvious for people hiding, he might try to find a bunker by the hillside far away from any life after this. He takes a quick relief as he realizes that he has survived way more than most people because, well, he knows all of the monsters and stuff that go on with Trevor Henderson, and yeah. He's planning on doing a lot more to make his house safer before he ever leaves to try to find a bunker or any other survivors while this transpires. He's actually already survived a good maybe 6 to 8 hours, so there's that. But he already knows it's going to get way harder from right here, so he prepares himself for the worst. He knows it'll get way worse whenever it turns night. So night just fell, and it is currently about 8 to 9 p.m. He does not plan on getting any sleep, but instead probably trying to look out of his barricaded windows the best he can. Then while looking outside, he spots a car pull up to this bridge. The person driving looks like they are falling for the bait with bridge worm so he can get his next snack. Turns out it was the teacher that informed him and possibly saved his life, so why not save his? The nerd mouths stop whenever the principal looks at him. But the principal does not listen to him as he walks closer to the bridge worm, eventually falling for it. Also, sorry if the sound sounds a lot more staticky. I have like a way bigger fan now, which is on a good side for me, so there's that. Then the nerd died, because no matter how intellectually superior you are always dying. There's over 300 Trevor Henderson creatures, as I aforementioned. I'm sorry to end this like so suddenly. I'm just sort of in a rush, but hey, that's never stopped me, right? But yeah, since I do feel a little bit nostalgic about Trevor Henderson things, yeah, believe me. Basically I just wanted to do a video about this. I might do more Trevor Henderson videos and like horror related ones, and I might also just stick with my general content. So yeah, like and subscribe. I'm glad I could make your few like 8 minutes pretty happy, and yep, if you like this video, I have many others sort of like it, so yep, like and subscribe.